I feel loved. I feel happy. I feel good because there's nothing like knowing that people have your back. My family, friends, all voted. I did my best in the house.
25 million for the first prize, 15 million for the second prize, and 10 million for the third prize. I came in first. That was 2019. We didn't hear anything else from the organizers, either Lashon Group or the main people, which is FIIRO themselves. But even till date, nothing has been said. We saw a publication for a season 2. So we felt, how would you start a season 2 in 2019 when you had not paid the winners from season 1? In 2018, there was an advertisement online for a TV reality program powered by FIIRO, that's the Federal Institute of Industrial Research, Oshodi, backed by the Ministry of Science and Technology. It was a private-public partnership. There was a private company called Lashon Group of Companies that was the private part of organizing the entire show. Back then, we purchased the registration form because it was paid for at 3,000 naira. After that, we were invited for auditions. My own audition was in Lagos. After that, there was a second stage audition which produced 20 people. Now, the 20 people were the ones who started the show, who entered into the show. I was one of those 20 people. During the show, we had lots of entrepreneurial tasks, activities, tests, and even voting. Now, these were a combination of all of this was what made us emerge eventually as winners. At some point, our friends and family voted with money. So I have, some of my friends, I have receipts of friends who sent me their voting just to tell me they were supporting me, some with 25,000. In fact, there was a friend of mine who said he voted with almost 500,000 naira for me during the evictions. So we scaled through all of that, and they were supposed to select 3 winners. Now, the show was advertised as cash prizes, 25 million for the first prize, 15 million for the second prize, and 10 million for the third prize. I came in first, so I won 25 million. A friend of mine came second, and another friend of mine who we met on the program came third. His name is Pedro. The second person is Ajiro Gene. So that was in 2019 because we had the show. We had a 1-week intensive boot camp in 2018. We came for the show in 2019. And after that, we were told to come for an interview session to talk about how the show went at Eko FM, which we did go. And that was 2019. We didn't hear anything else from the organizers, either Lashon Group or the main people, which is FIIRO. Now, we were asking questions. When are we going to get paid? This led to a series of meetings. But before the meeting, we saw a publication for a season 2. So we felt, how would you start a season 2 in 2019 when you had not paid the winners from season 1? Before then, we had the first meeting with Professor Gloria Elemo. She was then almost retiring. So we appealed to her that can the payment be made with our tenure? But we were made to believe that the budget for our winnings would come the next year. That's from the federal government, the budget to FIIRO. So we said, okay. Now, after that, Dr. Gloria Elemo retired. There was a Dr. Chima Igwe that came, and we had a meeting with him. During the meeting, we were told that we would have to submit a revised business plan that would include FIIRO technologies, which we did appropriately because sometime during the show, this was after some people had been evicted, so it wasn't at the beginning of the show, we were given an MOU to sign. And that MOU had some little clauses which we didn't really agree with, talking about adding FIIRO technology, talking about paying us in equipment and fund, which was not part of what was initially advertised. What was advertised was cash prizes. But we said no problem. We signed, I asterisked some areas telling them that we needed to review this. Now, till date, none of us have a copy of that MOU because I believe for an MOU, both parties should have a copy. We don't have a copy of that MOU till date. Now, fast forward till 2020 passed, the pandemic of course happened. 2021 in May, we were called for another interview. This time around, it was with the then acting DG, Dr. Agnes Yemise Asagwa. And she called for that meeting saying they would like to fast track all of this, which we did. We sent in our business plans again, as usual. But this time around, we were told, okay, the steps are being made to fast track this. But even till date, nothing has been said. We've written several letters that I can count, more than, let's say 4 that I can count, 4 letters. Not one acknowledgement from FIIRO. Although we were called for the meetings, recently, the last communication, we told them we'd like to have closure on this, because the reason why we want to have closure is we have friends and family that believe that we have collected money. This is a true experience. I was discussing with a friend as regards a business idea that I needed to pull funds together for. Because of the relationship, at the end of our discussion, he told me, is that how I've quickly squandered 25 million, thinking I had won the prize and I had spent the entire 25 million lavishly. And it's damaging my own reputation as a business person and as an entrepreneur, that I am not accountable. And I really need that to be corrected. So I would want them, to close on their promise, which is deliver the cash price. If it is the cash price or even the equipment, because the business I set up to do is dry stacking blocks. That was what I said. It's actually a business that I feel is needed now. You can build with these blocks without using cement. They fit together like Lego. You can build houses faster and cheaper. So I feel, they are stopping businesses like this from propagating and employing more people. And the same can be said with, I can definitely say that with my other winners too, the first runner-up and the second runner-up. And this is really stifling businesses for us. So I want them to close on that. Deliver the promise that you gave us. So I would really wish that people in the government agency, FIIRO, the private company involved, which is Lashon, would really find ways to close this for the first, second, and third.